Hello and welcome to the 8th episode of Lockdown Euros, where we have Iceland versus Bulgaria in the first matchup of the playoff finals. As the team here, it's basically the same spaces as before. This time we've added in Despotovs at right mid as Bulgaria last time. We're playing with a cam and that was Krejci. But besides that, yeah, the team's exactly the same. In our first game we come up against our good old mate Ben Yedder and two players I'm not too fond of either in Mbappe and Salah. The fact that he's off Ken won't matter, and you'll probably see it in the matchup. As he has first chance of the game, and for instance here comes Salah, absolutely burning through. Luckily our keeper does enough to stop him there. But it doesn't keep him at bay for too long. As again he shifts to Salah, squares it for Mbappe, not Mane. Used to them two linking up. But luckily for us he is probably a couple inches offside if anything. But again he comes forward. Not really had much possession in this at all, at least I haven't felt that way. And yeah, there's not much I can do about that strike. Especially coming from a 7-chem player probably. And that's not it for the half yet, as he slips another one through. Another just top of the range finish that I can't do much about. And Ben Yedder puts in 2 to the good. We do get something late in the half there. Not quite good enough finish from Despotov to beat the keeper. Although Stegen seems pretty chuffed with his save. And that'll be that for the first half. So not a great showing from us. This probably is one of the weaker teams I've used despite being a finals matchup. You see less possession, that only one shot that I showed you. But we do get an opportunity in the second half here. But it is a cracking save from the keeper. Keeps Goodmanson at bay. And he decides to come forward now. He gets it through to Mbappe, back to Salah, on to Ben Yedder. But a good save from our keeper, to be fair to him. We come forward now. Bogason manages to get it wide to Goodmanson. Pulls it back, further back. But the angle's just closed down enough for Sigurdsson to be able to finish. Walker on the right here, moves it centrally to Seedorf. Exchanging it with Salah a couple times. And carbon copy the first half. Another 20 odd yard finesse that my keeper and me can't do much about. Late in the game we decide to push forward here. Get it into the feet of Galabanov. Tries to exchange with Bogason. Sigurdsson gets it back to Bogason now. Not a bad strike again, but it is in the tip of ter Stegen's reach. And just before the final whistle goes here, Bulgarians exchanging, get it to Finn Bogason. Sees Despotov out wide, bit of open space, decides to bring his keeper out. And Despotov does in fact punish him for that. For our first points of the episode. Does put Bulgaria in a half-point lead. Which is then taken instantly away and gives Iceland a half-point lead with Finn Bogason's player of the match. So going into the second game here. Oh yeah, we wouldn't see, trying to remember my own episode, we won't see the squads for these games. I played with max chemistry as an attempt to kill 2 birds with 1 stone in the whole play friendly 200k pack thing. And I thought it's the fairest in terms of not affecting the results at all. With like a, for instance, mystery ball would be chaos. Left that in there because that would have been one hell of a way to concede. It's scooping up over the goalie, but luckily it's a side netting. Despotov gets into feet of Galabanov here. He hasn't got great speed, but does turn around his man. Aims far post and a good finish from him. Put Bulgaria into a 1-point lead and the biggest lead so far. And we're not done there. Just soon after, Galabanov and Finn Bogason exchange. It's back to the feet of Galabanov. Pretty tame strike in the end, but poor attempt to roll the ball out, nicked by Sigurdsson. He gets into the feet of Finn Bogason. Shot's blocked, does fall back to Sigurdsson, the keeper. Doesn't do enough to keep it from out of the net. And Sigurdsson's brought it back for Iceland at 2.5 all. About midway through the first half, or slightly over that. Chochev brings it forward into the feet of Galabanov. Exchanges with Finn Bogason. He does have to tackle the defender, but again a lovely finish from him. Puts him again a point up. 3.5 and approaching the halfway mark for Bulgaria. We're not done again in the first half as we come forward. Despotov down the right, moves it centrally to Galabanov. From Bogason into the feet of Sigurdsson. The angle is close down. And yeah, I don't know if he's holding his face there in pain from face planting or disappointment in missing. We saw the stats quickly there. We've almost had 10 shots. This guy hasn't had one yet. All the way into the 81st minute now, and we definitely let him have one here. It's a poor attempt to playing the ball out from the back. Gets it through to Salah, I believe it was, and he does score. Just for the full-time whistle here, Sixman managed to get through to Galabanov, and again he can't burn anyone up with his 39 pace. But he stays composed, gets round his man, and another top finish from him. Move Bulgaria past the halfway mark and into a 1.5 point lead. And as we see the highest match rated player here, when it eventually comes up. You'll see it is a 10 for Andrei Galabanov. Not surprising when it comes with a hat-trick. But yeah, that moves them into an even further lead. Up to 5.5 points, looking like they could run away. Well, maybe not run away with it, but looking like they could get this one secured. Third game again in Max Chemistry, Swiss called. Keeper saves our arse there. Move out to left to Gudmundsson. Do manage to eventually poke it through here. There it is. Try and give a bit of space around the keeper, but he does manage to get back and get his shins in the way of all things. But he wins it here, moves it forward to Kent. Again, the biggest pain in the arse on this game. I can see he wants to play it back. Think I've done enough to get in the way of the pass. Have not. And he arrives there to finish from about 10 yards. But that's 1-0 down. I do apologise for sounding any different in this episode. For some reason I woke up with a dodgy nose and throat. Not exactly what you want in this kind of time. Almost managed to equalise there. Despotov very unlucky not to score the chip from there. He does rattle the post. And again, a poor attempt to play out from the back. He does scoop it into path for Coman. I imagine he's playing up front. Just as a bit of giggles on Max Chemistry, and he volleys it home. To put us 2-0 down just for half time. Sorry if I've got random pauses, it's because I can't breathe too well at the moment. See the half time stats there, no shots on target, can't really complain. Not that he's had a plethora of shots of possession either, but he's edged it for sure. Again, Kent moves it forward. Chipped into the bar for Butragueno, and he's not going to miss a volley like that from all of 12 yards. And we are now 3-0 down. And he's not done there. He comes down the left, and Dembele now. Again to the feet of Kent, decides to stop in my box. Does whatever that is, I think more possibly a whacker or something. And yes, 4-0 down. But from kick-off, we move it into Galabanov, and the space opens up down the left to Gudmundsson to get him behind. Brings it forward to the keeper, and a good far post finish to bring half a point back for Iceland, but it does move Bulgaria even closer to the win. We're just threatening at this point for Iceland as they are, facing Bulgaria being 2 points away from winning entirely. A point is brought back from here from Gudmundsson and his goal to make things a lot more achievable now for Iceland as we move into the final game of the episode here. Our keeper manages to punch that away. Been defeated Manas here, moved on to Lasagna, and that just is a very good finish. Not again much I could do, but we are 1-0 down because of it, and that will be half time. It's not much to show in the first half. At this point I probably am thinking I'm going to end up having to go in another game here. It's not looking like I'm going to earn any points from scoring or assisting anything. And one from highest match rated player wouldn't be enough. Again, another poor mistake. But our keeper does bail us out this time. The Bulgarians exchanging here, but I am tackled on the halfway line. Does get through on goal again. But again, the keeper does a nice job with a left-handed save this time. We go down the right now with Despotov. Shifts it all the way on the left to Gudmundsson. Brings it down well. Decides to move inside into the feet of Finn Bogertson. Sees Gudmundsson on the overlap. Doesn't do enough to close it down. And that's a goal made and scored in Iceland to give them the first lead they've had, I think, literally since the start, around 1.5 points, I think. So it's finally looking good for them again. Finn Bogertson's got it here. Exchange with Galabanov. I think they're not going to give me an assist there as Galabanov managed to finish it near post. But he is credited it at the end of the game. And that puts into a 2-1 lead. A game I didn't think I'd score. And now it seems I've suddenly nicked as the full-time whistle goes. And again, the winning isn't too important, but of course I'd rather win if there's a choice. and here it will literally be settled on the highest match rated player at 7-all. Thanks to his 2 assists, it does go to Finn Bogerson, and that does give Iceland the win, and they do move on to the Euros. The first team qualified for the actual Euros. I believe they haven't got too nice of a matchup when it comes around to it, and eventually you'll see that. The confirmation here, 8-7. Galamanov again scoring well, and Finn Bogerson, without scoring, decides to put on his assisting boots instead, and that was enough for Iceland to creep through by a point. There's confirmation there, Iceland with a win and the first people to go through to the actual Euros. And in next episode you will see Bosnia versus Slovakia. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.